going to look at Pythagorean theorem when one of the legs is the variable, when one of the legs is the missing number. And again, if I solve for Pythagorean theorem up front, if I'm trying to get a or b by itself, the opposite of adding b squared would be subtracting, and then the opposite of squaring would be square rooting. So we're already familiar with Pythagorean theorem to speed it up for finding a missing leg. It makes a lot of sense that you're ultimately doing a subtraction problem because you know that leg A has to be smaller than 21 feet. So ultimately, all you're doing then is substituting in 21 squared. You grab your calculator because I don't know that one off the top of my head. It's 441. 10 squared is 100, and 441 minus 100 is 341. So the square root of 341 is what x should be, which is, again, a on this diagram, the way I have it labeled, which is about 18.47 feet. And that makes a decent amount of sense because it is something smaller than 21. I could quickly go back and do 10 squared plus 18.47 squared all inside a square root and confirm that that's actually the c. So when we get to Khan Academy here, right now we know that x has to be something smaller than 6. And the mental math is not incredibly challenging as long as I understand this has to be a subtraction problem. There's no way this number is bigger than 6. So 6 squared, 6 times 6 is 36. 2 squared, 2 times 2 is 4. 36 minus 4 would give me 32. The correct answer is going to be square root of 32. And real quick, confirming that, 32 inside a square root on the calculator gives me 5.6. And that smaller than 6, that makes sense. Square root of 40 is going to be too big. It's going to be 6 point something. Square root of 12 is going to be way too small, and 8 is just way too big. So that's the only answer choice that is possibly correct. The full calculator sequence would be going 6 squared, and then we want to do plus 2 also squared. Oh, try that again. 6 squared is the 36. So if I'm using the calculator in my Chromebook, I'm going to have to do this order of operations, maybe jot down some work as I'm going. And then I want to do the 36 minus 4 and then square root it as I was showing earlier. So hope that helps. Please give this Khan Academy a try. And again, keep making progress toward